Hey guys, how you doing? Digirama, aka Brian Smiley here, and I got a brand spanking new review for you. On 9 in '09 in '09, and the Beatles rock band came out, and naturally, of course, or I'm trying to save up for Japan, so it looked like I wouldn't be able to get it when, lo and behold, right there, bam! Unexpectedly, it was right there for me to rent, to play, and I gotta tell you, it is well worth whatever you pay for, especially if you're a Beatles fan. If you're a casual gamer who occasionally listens to classic rock, you'll still be in for a treat too. Oh, but this was made mainly for fans of the Fab Four. Now, as I said earlier, if you're just a casual fan and a casual gamer, you'll get some entertainment out of it too, simply because it's a rhythm-based game. But you'll get more of enjoyment if you're a fan of John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. The gameplay. I can't comment on the drums because I don't have a drum set. All I have is the Guitar Hero World Tour guitar for the Wii, which works on Beatles Rock Band perfectly. And I also have a microphone that I got from my PS2 Karaoke Revolution Party, which works on my Wii perfectly. Yeah, that's the system I rented the game for, the Beatles Rock Band for the Wii. I should have mentioned that earlier. Improv, gotta love it. it uh, let's continue on with the gameplay. It's adds nothing new to the table, to be honest. If you played Rock Band 2 or Guitar Hero, any of them in medium mode, I would expect the same thing here. But it doesn't feel like an expansion pack from the previous Rock Band. X-Play said before it feels like an actual video game sequel or add-on to the franchise as opposed to an expansion pack a la Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s and I completely agree with them. This is a completely original game with elements from the previous game. It doesn't feel like you just wasted money on an expansion pack where they just redesigned the stages. Every stage in the game is connected to the Beatles somehow. From their Days in the Underground Club to the obvious Ed Sullivan Show, to even the recording studio. In fact, Beatles. In fact, the imaginary trips you take the Beatles on whenever you play the studio stages has some connection in some way, shape, or form, or on some of the songs to any previous Beatle projects. Like you play I Am the Walrus, and you get somewhat of a tribute to the scene in Magical Mystery Tour or two, I Am the Walrus. You play Yellow Submarine, you get images and such that invoke the cartoon Yellow Submarine. And, all the songs are the original recordings, and this is where I get a little confused because I'm not too sure for like the Ed Sullivan Show stage if it's the original recording from the Ed Sullivan Show or if it's the original recording from the studio, but they dubbed in the fangirls going nuts, which leads to another excellent thing about the gameplay. Whenever you play the live concert stages, it actually feels like you're playing at a live concert as opposed to playing the master recordings with random cheers and jeers and boos and such thrown in. And you really do feel like you're playing the iconic moments in the Beatles' lives. The story mode is pretty interesting. The various images you get in between each stage invokes the year in the life you're taking the Beatles on, and the music just enhances it. You're also in for a treat with just loading, and you occasionally hear actual recordings from the event you're at. You hear in studio recordings, and you actually also hear Paul McCartney or whoever telling the crowd to join in between songs, depending on which stage you're at. Now, for the downside, my only complaint is there should have been more Beatles songs. if it's there, I have yet to unlock it. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I would have loved to seen When I'm 64 on there. That would have been great. Um, I wish the downloadable content was already up there, or it would have been awesome if like I could download a few Beatles songs that weren't even up there on the main list. I also wish that, with a little help from my friends, was a separate song from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Don't get me wrong, on Sgt. Pepper's is great, but there are just some days where I don't have that song in my head. I have a little help from my friends only. Eh, Um, and quite frankly, I don't karaoke to Sgt. Pepper's that well. um, the and as long as we're talking about nitpicking in the bad sides, because really this is all that it is. It's nitpicking. It's not to deter you away from the game. It's to tell you what to expect. Gameplay, it's pretty much standard, what you expect, but you can't fix that when it comes to a guitar rhythm-based game. You can't even fix that when it comes to a DDR type game. You get what you expect, and it's actually enjoyable, but if you have Rock Band 2 and you can do that in expert mode, you can pretty much do Beatles Rock Band in expert mode from the day you pick it up. Uh, let's see here. Well, let's get back to the bright sides. The extras that you unlock would cause any Beatle fan to have a fangasm. You get pictures for every stage you can complete with 3 or 5 stars. You get two, one for 3 stars, one for 5 stars. And when you beat the entire level, you get a third picture. If you collect a certain number of pictures, you unlock very rare, early seen and heard Beatles extras. The very first thing I unlocked, in fact, was the Beatles Christmas album that was made for the fan club. And that was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. One of the things you can also unlock is a live rehearsal from the Ed Sullivan Show, and pretty much like if you're a Beatle aficionado, that right there is essential to get the game. But it doesn't stop there. The pictures you unlock come with very interesting facts, why the Beatles stopped touring, that John, for being a hippie, was a complete jerk half the time because he installed a police horn or loudspeaker into his Rolls Royce, and whenever he pulled up to his hippie friends, he would yell, "This is the police! Pull over!" and scare the living daylights out of them. No respect for the dead intended, by the way. No respect, if you didn't hear that, the no part. I mean, no respect to the dead intended, by the way, when I said he was a jerk. Anyways, overall, I would have to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. And great for Rock Band fans, really awesome for Beatles fans. Oh, the online play is terrific. The karaoke option is great, but if you don't have two other buddies, your best bet is to just play it solo. Oh, even though you can do the harmony mode solo, there's really no point in doing that. Anyways, is the guitar or control on both bass and guitar work great. If you have a Guitar Hero World Tour controller for the Wii, it'll work. If you have a microphone from Karaoke Revolution Party or any other Karaoke Revolution from the PlayStation 2, it'll work. I don't know about drums. Like I said, I don't have a drum kit. The only downside is it should have been a bigger catalog, and if you played Rock Band 2, you pretty much know what to expect. Like if you beat Rock Band 2 in expert mode, you can pretty much do Beatles Rock Band in expert mode the same day you pick it up. Overall, I highly recommend you buy it. Wait for the add-on content. I really hope they have Beatles solo when the Beatles went solo. Oh, like Paul McCartney's Wings and Band on the Run. Get this game. It is worth every single penny. Beatles Rock Band for the Nintendo Wii. It is out now. Go and get it.